going on? I'm not going to raise my pressure.
The Tuskegee Airmen are deeply connected to Memorial Day through their courageous service. Memorial Day is not only about honoring the fallen, it's about recognizing the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. Even within the military, the Tuskegee Airmen stood at that intersection.
The story was just almost unbelievable when I first read it. About 10,000 people marched around the old Planters race course. And the oval is still there in a park. But it said it was led by some 2,000 or 3,000 black children carrying armloads of roses and flowers and singing John Brown's Body, followed by black women, black men, and then Union troops. And they marched around the course, and then they gathered in this cemetery that had been created by local black workmen, as many as could fit into the cemetery. And they heard preaching from 5 black ministers, according to this article, and a small black children's choir sang the national anthem, America the Beautiful, and 3 or 4 spirituals. After this ceremony, broke up and went back into the infield of the old racetrack and did what most of us do on Memorial Day. They had picnics, they had a speaker stand with speeches, the children ran around. But back around the graveyard, they had built a fence all the way around it, and they whitewashed the fence, and they had an archway, entryway, and over the archway they painted the inscription, Martyrs of the Race Course. These were the freed people of Charleston paying tribute, and it was their way of declaring the meaning of the war. That's the first Memorial Day.
Risking your life for people, and when you come back, don't nobody say thank you. That's one reason. On July the 18th, 1940. Girl, look, this is God here, right here, showing me what He's already done.
Didn't we have one of the Tuskegee Airmen on the Joshua Brown show?
Yes, we did. Billy Fontroy.
Billy Fontroy. Let me look up that interview.
He's the one that had me working to help make the 4th Thursday in March a national holiday, which was done last year. Could we get his brother to join if he's available?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay, let me get this.
Okay, thank you.
That's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh! That is so good. I'm going to call you. I'm bubbling, I'm trying to tell you. What is wrong with this one? Luther. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
I just want you to know that my outfit
this is 7 o'clock almost. That's 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't care. Today's God's Day. We're glad to be here. We're behind time. We got to catch up. And look at here. For me to do all that He's put in me, I will have to live to be 120. And I don't know if I want to be here. I don't want to be here if I ain't got no help. That ain't good.
Right.
This young lady that's here with me, I see so much, but she's mean about it. She's mean. She can give it, but she can't take it. But she didn't ask nobody who she was fooling with, because I got something for her. There's several interviews and all that stuff. I don't even know how to pull that stuff. I really have to pull it up.
We just have to be careful with the music. That's why I asked you if you could sing it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, listen, this is my music. So let them come get me. It's my music. Okay, now wait a minute.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring.
I like what you just said. You said that Mr. Fauntroy could fly a plane, but he couldn't drive.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I wrote that down.
Can you explain it?
Actually, if I'm remembering correctly, I think he went to the service before he finished high school, or just as he finished high school. So he wasn't driving. He told me that he and his father would walk to work together every day and come home together. That was such a beautiful relationship between the father and son, which was the mindset of most of the young men that were Tuskegee Airmen, because they were in the early 20s, you know. And they went to prove wasn't nobody better than them. They said they were better than nobody, but it wasn't nobody better.
Valerie, focus us back, and we are digressing.
All right, guys, just getting off work. I got to do what I promised Miss Weston I'd do. She called me at 7 a.m., so here we are. This morning, guys, I couldn't tell if she was crying or excited. She's 85 years old, in the same situation as Angie Stone, and I'm doing everything I can to help her, along with a guy named Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. But guys, if you would like to assist Miss Weston, please Cash App me. Cash App Valerie Denise, $ Valerie Denise, VALERIE DENISE, $ Valerie Denise, VALERIE DENISE. Put her name down in the description. Oh man, it just breaks my heart. Anyway, here's the interview. I hope you like it.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I recognize his number from the text message. 786-389, 786-389. Welcome to the conversation.
Well, hi, Valerie and Judge.
Hi.
Joe Brown. Okay, Ms. Brown.
Hello.
How are you?
How are
very,
you,
very
brother?
wonderful. I have my brother Billy on with me. Billy?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
There's our Tuskegee Airman. Good afternoon, Dr. Fauntroy.
Hi, how are you, Ms. Brown?
I'm good, sir. How about you?
I'm feeling my age. You said something about someone who passed at 96, and I'm 96. I'll be 97 on the 26th of this month.
I know. I've got the
my
birthday on
experience
my
as a
calendar.
Tuskegee Airman is not. I wasn't in combat. I was in training as a single-engine pilot. I had finished 3 of the 4 phases, and the war ended because my class, 45I, which included a gentleman from Chicago, Thomas McGarity. Tom McGarity and I were always competing because we were in the class together. I don't know if Tom is still living or not, but he was, when you were talking about Chicago, it reminded me of him. But we finished basic flying, and the war ended. And our class, most of us were discharged as aviation cadets from the Army. We had over 130 hours of flying, and we were taught by men, like from Memphis, Tennessee. My instructor, who was a civilian, black pilot, taught me how to fly. My basic instructor was Captain Leonard Jackson out of Fort Worth, Texas, who taught me how to fly the AT-6, and that's the airplane I last flew for the Army.
Yeah, Judge Brown.
And you are, and Dr. Fauntroy, Judge Brown, I need to tell you something. The group something. You're going to hear me refer to the Tuskegee Airmen on the phone as DOTAs. And what that represents is they are documented original Tuskegee Airmen. So we use, instead of using the term Tuskegee Airmen, they are referred to as DOTAs. So if you hear me talk to them, that means that they're a Tuskegee Airman, as Dr. Fauntroy is now. He is also very active in the National Board of Directors. He's been Dr. Fauntroy, were you not recognized and honored last year for Tuskegee Airmen Commemoration Day?
That's correct. Indeed, just last month, I spoke to the Central in the CIA as a Tuskegee Airman, and I consider that an honor because our national president, our chapter president, our chapter vice president, and the gentleman who put together the program for commemorative day, they took me to the CIA. So
let me interrupt everybody with a necessary announcement. In 2 minutes, nobody will be able to call in. If you already are online, please stay online. Don't hang up. We have another hour to go, but in 2 minutes, if you want to be on for the next hour, you have to call in, at least get in the case. So that's going to happen shortly. After 2 minutes from now, if you aren't on the line, you won't be on the line. You don't have to be connected, but as long as you're online, you're good to go. Okay? Sir, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Actually,
please continue.
It's 6 p.m., so we're already in overtime right now. So.
Okay.
We are.
Thank you.
We also have
please be aware of the fact that you are listening to heroes. You're listening to warriors. The plane that the Tuskegee Airmen flew, that they got their fame in, the Red Tails, were P51 Mustangs. Now, the P51 wound up probably being the most effective fighter plane at the time the war ended, both Europe and the Pacific. And an objective historical analysis says the war in Europe was run with the T-34 tank, the British Lancaster bomber, the P-51 Mustang, and the M4 Sherman tank. The vaunted B-17 is listed as bait to bring up the Luftwaffe so the P-51s could shoot down enough of them so they didn't have planes to send to East Europe to fight the Russian T-34s. And these guys were the best of the best. Understand, by the end of the war, they were the high-scoring Army Air Force fighter unit. That's black folk. That's like being LeBron. That's like being Michael Jordan. That's like being Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Shaq for the NBA, all rolled into one where the game is life or death. You die or you walk away or you don't walk away. So this is something that we lack so sorely now. Listen carefully. This is the real deal. Be inspired. And thank you again. Keep going, folks. Don't let me cut you off. I just had to give you the flow.
Am I to look for Miss Kim Weston?
We have another.
Judge Joe Brown?
I'll tell you one of your number. I did have the pleasure of meeting a combat vet from World War II, Korea, and the Nam, where he flew F-4 Phantoms, is, let's see, 4-star commanding general of NORAD, Chappie James.
Chappie James.
I used to date his personal secretary, so I met him. God, it's a big guy. But anyway, fascinating.
Judge Joe Brown, my first job when I graduated from college was at NORAD, and I worked for General Chappie James.
Ms. Brown, this is Bill Fontroy. I have to go. So please let them know that John Curry who was a twin-engine pilot, is a neighbor of mine in Washington, D.C., and he was 100 years old in August. So
that's right. How is he doing?
He and his wife are doing as well as can be expected for people our age. But John he was the reason I was made a man, because I was a boy when I met him at Tuskegee. And thank you for this program, and I thank you for recognizing that these gentlemen who taught me to be a man and how to fly an airplane, and to, as you say, I got my degree in civil engineering and helped build the metro in Washington, D.C., and that was because of what happened to me at Tuskegee. Thank you all. Goodbye.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
I
sir.
love you,
God
and
bless
I will
you.
call you. I will call you because I have something to discuss with you, so I'll call you later. Thank you for joining.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Goodbye.
No, don't go on. Just hang around if you can. Please don't go. We're going to have an annual commemoration. I think it ought to be a week for the Tuskegee Airmen. And I want this to be a part of something this Civil Rights Museum does down here in Memphis. The Civil Rights Museum was my idea, by the way, years ago. And it is located in the Lorraine Motel where Martin Luther King got us in. And I was the last on that case, and there's some other things that need to be brought out. I won't get into them today. But we're going to have a prominent display of the reasons why we owe a debt of gratitude to the Tuskegee Airmen, the 332nd, 477 Composite Group, and everybody that went through the training, and everyone that came out of that who's no longer with us, who went through Korea and the Nam. All right? The name Fauntroy. That's got a connection to Detroit politics, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Tell us what that connection is. You notice the humility here. What's the connection?
William Fauntroy was their brother, who was a congressman. I'm almost certain.
Tell us about the family connection politics.
Well, oh boy. My brother Walter, was the congressman in Washington, D.C. For 21 years. He was, of course, he was one of Dr. King's right-hand men who assisted in organizing and putting together the 1963 March on Washington. And, he was a minister. He's pastor of New Bethel Baptist Church in Washington for 50 years. And, he did a lot of work throughout the world. As a matter of fact, after he got into the Congress, he began to reach out to other countries in Africa in particular. And at the suggestion of Martin Luther King Jr., that he began to organize the presidents of African nations to get them to come together and stop the Europeans from taking their natural resources and taking over their governments. And he did he's done a great job on that. He's still alive today. He is in Washington. He's not active any longer, but he's in his 90 years old, so he still so that's the political connection to the family, and we've been that way since I can remember, registering to vote in Washington and then becoming myself a part of the SCLC under Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and going all over the South of this country registering our people to vote and changing the complexity of the vote, but we didn't change the condition, and now we must change the condition. So that's the political connection. He was the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. He put a family plan together with the Congressional Black Caucus that was unveiled at the 1972 convention in Gary, Indiana. Some of you may remember that. But we've been very active, family-wise, in an attempt to get our people to turn to each other, not on each other, come together, stand up and do what we have to do for ourselves. And I think someone said it earlier. I think it was Brown, I'm not sure. But someone said it earlier that nobody can really compete with us when we come together. They cannot, because we are the ones. And we do have the intelligence to do anything we choose to do. We just have to choose to do it. And I'm just praying that we will come to that realization and come from under this hammer. That's what I think that Judge Brown is doing in Memphis. And I want to do as much as I can to assist him to make that a reality, and we can do that. But we're going to need everybody to, put their shoulder to the wheel, come together, and make this happen. I think he's capable. I think he's an honorable man that will do the right thing, and that's what we need to do. I listened to his platform, and I agree with everything that he has said. And like I said, I think we all need to put our shoulders to this wheel.
Thank you, sir.
You're more than welcome, my brother.
We got a lot of wisdom and knowledge here that we usually don't get. These ladies and gentlemen have done things that few people around today have done. They've not only talked about things, they've done things. They've not only read, they've studied. They got the degrees. They went out there in the real world when they didn't expect anybody to give them anything at all. They had expectations of people trying to prevent, but they didn't let that adversity stop them. They went ahead and they did what they had to do aggressively, in a prepared fashion, with the personal courage to do it. No excuses. That's something we need more of, much more of.
Indeed.
Please feel free to chime in anywhere you want to chime in about anything you want to talk about. We're trying to spread inspiration to the youth who are not used to encountering people like you.
Thank you. God bless you. Yes.
The idea of being part of the team. We have young men after excuse for giving up or trying to compromise and selling their people out. We need to hear what you have to say. Please tell them.
Yes, we can.
Go ahead, Gloria.
Yes, we
You're
can.
very good at this.
Yes.
You're good at this, Gloria. Feel free. Open mic.
Okay.
Have at it.
I sure will. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, was there a question? I mean, I'm
No.
sorry. What's
would
happening now?
What would you tell today's generations that you've learned that they ought to know?
Well, for one thing, never give up. What you want to do, if you truly believe or want to believe, you can do it. You just have to have faith in yourself and have faith in God's amazing grace. And I believe that there is nothing that you cannot achieve. I think what I'm envisioning now is King's remark about when you fall, just get up. And I love to read biographies of heroes. And from those biographies, you know what I have learned? nobody ever was a success that didn't go through a lot of pain, a lot of falling, a lot of getting up. There's no such thing as getting to the top without going through falls. That's part of your growing. That's part of your being a success, is knowing how to get up. That's what makes heroes. That is what I learned. That's my opinion. It may be kind of strange, but that's my opinion. The falling, and I don't think it is a mistake. The falling teaches you. When you get up, you know you're not to do that again. You can go to another level, and as you go to each level will have its pitfalls. Each level you may have to fall sometime, but it's the getting up. That's what I believe in. It's the getting up, and that's it.
Thank you.
Is there something else I?
Oh, keep going. Don't stop. Ordinarily, this would stand procedure. This would be what Valerie would be calling the Hunger Games, where all lines are open.
Yes.
Be polite with each other, but jump in and go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to open up a few lines in about 5 or 10 minutes. But there's a 302-304. I think that's another invited guest. Your mic is live. Hi.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Valerie. Hello. Hello, Miss Brown and the other lady. I had Miss Kim on the line with me. Miss Kim?
Hello there.
Hi, Miss Kim.
Good afternoon, Miss Kim.
Well, where's she at? She was on here. I didn't make sure.
Blessings, I'm here.
There she is. There you are.
Hi.
Blessings, everyone. I'm listening. Okay.
Miss Kim, I want to ask. Can I ask you something? This is something I've been wanting to ask you for probably almost a year now. But is this you? Hold on one second.
That's me.
Good morning. How's the car? Since I didn't get a chance to talk to you.
Oh, it's fine. They said it was the battery. They came by this morning.
All right.
Yeah, that's a scene with Bill Cosby. Oh, okay.
That's me.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to play that. I'm going to definitely add that to the final. Welcome to God Be the Glory.
Hello, Miss West.
Amen.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Miss West, I have met.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, what was it? Whiskey a Go-Go, somebody's birthday party?
Yes. Years and years ago. With the miracles.
Yeah.
The two of you are going to have to share that with me.
Formerly with the Supremes, Miss Sherry Payne, and her sister, who was the subject of the birthday party. Okay, yeah.
Frida Payne.
Yeah.
Frida Payne, who ran to get me, bring me, to introduce me to you. I was performing on the show.
She introduced me and you, didn't she?
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, she ran to get me to bring me back to you.
All right.
All right.
Should I have been saying something about the Tuskegee Airmen instead of something that extraneous? Is this mainly about, I just thought about it. I should have been talking about the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yes, you could have talked about your husband for a few minutes, Miss Taylor.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Next time you say me, I will. That's what I will talk about. I'm sorry.
That's okay, sweetheart. I'm glad you joined us. Thank you so very much.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you so much. She's so wonderful.
Don't feel
God,
bad.
So thoughtful.
Don't feel bad.
Okay.
Great men have great women behind them or working with them. There you go.
Thank you. Yes.
So we want to hear. I indicate you didn't hear it, but we want to hear the story of the ladies as well as the gentlemen. See, that's a good story there, too. So many of today's generation don't get it.
One of their pride was the fact that when people would ask them, why are you fighting so? You know, Germans would, would say, why are you fighting so for America? You're segregated. You don't. You know. This is not your country. I mean, we don't feel that. You know, why are you fighting for this country? And the one thing my husband said, they would say, "This is my country. I was born here. My parents were born here. Yes, this is our country. And so therefore I'm fighting for my rights, my mother's rights, my father's rights, my family's rights. And yes, that's why we are fighting. We are fighting for our rights. And as the song says, we will overcome whatever there is. And I'm glad to be a part of America because we are going to get what is our rights.
If I may, one of the reasons I believe they didn't talk about what they went through is because when they came home, can I be heard?
Yes.
Ma'am, just jump in. Yes. Jump in.
Yes. I said, one of the reasons I believe that they didn't talk about it is because when they came home, after all that they fought to go through, when they came home, what did they get? When they walked off the ship,
that's right.
What happened to them? And why would you want to talk about risking your life for people, and when you come back, don't nobody say thank you? That's one reason I believe they didn't say anything. And that's one thing that we've got to learn, to show appreciation, to give, to give where it's supposed to be given, and to give honor.
And Miss Kim, there was 2 lines when they came back. The white officers went one way, the black went another.
That's and not only that, Miss Brown, when they got back here with them 2 lines, the line that went to the right had confetti and bands and people waving flags and all of that. The line that went to the right, what did it have?
Sure it is.
Tell them, the one that went to the left, what did it have? Please tell the people. What your husbands got when they came back?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Good evening. They just got debriefed and they got sent home.
That's
right. And the guy said, whites to the right and blacks to the left.
Sure it
is.
There
was nobody there to meet them. There was nobody to say thank you. Because of them, we're able to be where we are right now. And please forgive me.
Yes,
it's really special to me. It's special to me that we can't say thank you. The word says, give praise for its due. We haven't done it yet. And the world owes them, not just America, the whole world owes it.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly. Because they gave their lives so willingly.
Oh, and Judge Brown, may I say one thing before we close, if you're getting ready to close?
Oh, we're not ready to close. Keep going. You got another 25 minutes. Keep going.
I want to let everyone know that we have been fighting, as Ms. Weston said, to get the United States and international to recognize the 3rd Thursday in March as National Tuskegee Airmen Day. And Judge Brown, we're probably going to need your help. The 4th Thursday. And Judge Brown, we're probably going to need your help because we have not had any success with legislators in Tennessee at all. But what I did want to let everyone know.
You are owed by everybody in the free world and in Russia with a lot